up, and I think my head almost exploded because I don't understand how this is possible, and I'd love for you to explain this. We didn't talk about this. This would be a side jab that you're not looking for, but you guys put a home on the market. How do you do that that's higher than all the other agents are recommending and then get way more than that? How is that possible?
So at the break, I was actually, okay, now I'm going to have to do two things. So we've got plenty of time. Tell you what, I'll do a quick plug for Due West, and then we'll get into it, because that way I don't have to stop in the middle. As a company, put a home on the market for a higher price than other agents even recommend, and still sell it for higher than that. But the reason we were talking about this at the break is because I'm so stinking fed up of other people locally and nationally straight up lying in their marketing. And look, it takes a lot to call someone a liar. I'm not going to say anyone's name. I'm not going to say anybody's company name. But there are people locally and nationally, all marketing here locally to DFW homeowners, and deliberately trying to mislead you, trying to take advantage of you, trying to get money from you for things that are either you don't need or are based on bad advice. Now, there are multiple people, but one really glaring person right now that's in the market talking on the radio and on TV about how we are in a buyer's market. Let me just say emphatically, that is not true. We are not in a buyer's market. As a matter of fact, there's almost not one single segment of even one single geographic segment of our market right now that is in a buyer's market. Now, there are a few that statistically go that way. Some of the higher end luxury areas that are not in the fastest, highest demand areas. Like, for example, Highland Park, Tanglewood, things like that, where yes, they're multi-million-dollar homes, but those homes still sell relatively quickly. Now, there's some other areas on the outskirts of town where they're still amazing areas, but the data would look like a buyer's market, meaning we have more than 6 or 7 months of inventory. Now, some of that is bogus because those price points in those areas always have a lot of inventory, because typically buyers in those areas don't buy at that price point. So let me just say that. There's not one single area in DFW right now that I would say is consistently and significantly a buyer's market. But I'll tell you this, the vast majority of our market is still absolutely and distinctively in a seller's market. Now, it is true to say this, that seller's market is slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, as aggressive of a seller's market. So buyers might have a tiny bit more wiggle room this year than they did last year. But I can tell you the story that Brian wants me to tell you right now. John on our team put a home on the market last week. Now, most of the homes we sell are in kind of the 300 to 500 price point, but we will still help people that are lower than that and higher than that. And so we had a home that went on the market. The so-called comps, the traditional valuation that 99 out of 100 agents would do and most people would assume is correct, put this home at $190,000. Now, John put the home on the market at $200,000 because our marketing system almost always drives price up. So we have priced it at $200,000. Within a day or two, he had multiple offers at and above $215,000. Now, obviously at $200,000, it's easy to do a percentage point. $2,000 is 1 percentage point, right? So we were at $190,000 is the standard value. Now we're at $215,000. So we're at like 9 to 10% above property value, right? Then John, through his amazing negotiation ability, was able to get an offer in at $225,000 plus. I'm going to be vague about this so it's not, no one could figure out exactly which one it is. Then to believe it or not, that deal actually failed. And after a day or two, that buyer had to back out. John immediately had multiple backups and was able to get a second contract done even higher than that. Actually, another $10,000 higher than that, right around $235,000. Remember, most agents had told this family, based on the numbers, and we confirmed it, based on the average numbers, you would be around $190,000. So, number one, does that sound like a buyer's market? No, sir, it does not. Number two, does that sound like a homeowner would be well served just going with an agent that they know, an agent in the neighborhood, the quickest one, the closest to the house, the one with the best sign and the logo? No, because 99 out of 100, maybe 98 out of 100 agents are going to go with that standard comparable value style and say 190 is our number. And they're going to market it that way and communicate it about it that way, and that's what they're going to end up getting. If anyone listening is thinking, well, you get whatever you get, people pay whatever they pay, that is not true. It is not true. People sold pet rocks in the 70s by the millions, people. Marketing matters. Communication matters. Negotiation matters. Positioning matters. And that's why we have a 7-step proprietary system to do this for almost every one of our sellers. Some of them aren't this dramatic, but we're averaging about 7.8% above that average comparable value. If you'd like to sell your house and get some of that, give us a call, 214-310-0008. 214-310-0008. We're doing it in our Dallas office. We're doing it in our Fort Worth office. Our favorite things to report in our morning huddles, and this is where we heard about this from John, is he was reporting at our morning huddle. We're in the office together. Fort Worth is conferencing in, and we are we are reporting on those big wins for our clients. This seller got that much more. This buyer got, this week David had a deal. Now again, remember, it's a seller's market, but our agents are still getting buyer's market types of deals for our buyers. And it's because of the systems we have. David on our team got a buyer a deal at $31,000 below market value this week. I literally came in and asked him, I was asking him, how did you do that? I mean, I trained him, and I'm like, dude, how did you do this? And he walked me through how he found a house that was not popular, was not being well marketed. They were not getting a lot of activity. There was not a lot of competition, and so he was able to work that down for his buyer. So that's what we were talking about during the break, and Brian was like, dude, you have to say that on air. And so I said it for 2 reasons. Number one, because he asked me, and number 2, to communicate that other people are giving you bad advice in this marketplace, and you've got to be really, really careful where you take your advice. I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm telling you right now, with 100% certainty, this is not a buyer's market. Don't let somebody lead you to believe that you're going to go out and get sellers to do whatever you want them to do just because they want to sell you something related to the home buying process. Now, give us a call if we can ever help. We'd love to earn your trust. 214-310-0008 or online at overunderagent.com. If you already have an agent that you love,